Hello, how are we doing? Weekly open. Take a look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, maybe meme coins. I mean, I'm going to do BN, but I'm just going to do the majors, okay? I'm not going to do meme coins. I'll tell you why. Because we have a schedule now, which we've been sticking to. So we have meme coins tonight. BNB. It's fucking same shit, isn't it? Up, down, up, down. I mean, like, being completely honest, this is bullshit. This is not. Man, I really don't like to say this because it's happening, so it is real, right? The price action doesn't lie, but for me, it just doesn't seem like it's organic. Every move up gets a move down. There's not two moves up. You see, there's a. I mean, I was just looking at BNB, but I'm talking about the whole crypto market since they entered is just a full-blown scam. You see, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is to do this for this long is insane. Okay, it's in a range. Simple as that. Honestly, looks like it should be distribution. I very much doubt it. It's a coin owned by the biggest scam exchange going. I don't know if you saw a post a couple of days ago. They charged 15% of supply to be listed. Coinbase replied saying, which would have been like 50 million for a project. Coinbase replied saying, we do it for free. Yeah, but you never list anybody, man. Brian replied, actually, stirring the shit up. Anyway, for me, this is all bullshit, but Bitcoin ain't so bad. But you look at BNB, it's definitely a lot worse. Now, this pullback after this extension here, I mean, we looked at this last week, didn't we? I wasn't in a long, in fact. I wasn't in a long at all. I said I'm skipping it. Now, I was in a Solana long. So that there, I'm surprised that didn't move higher here, and that just completely sold off. It seemed like it was news driven, but price didn't really give you an idea that it was gonna sell off. I suppose it kind of did, but you'd be reaching when it swept the highs there, swept the highs there. Okay, it did actually sweep the highs and come back below, sweep the highs, come back below. But other than that, it didn't really. It looks easy in hindsight. My apologies, I've woke up, I've had no coffee. I've sat there just cleaning my bedroom, waiting for the streams to start. So I apologize for the yawn. I know people moan about it on the recording. Now, yeah, I don't think you would have caught this. It would have been pretty difficult to catch this short. So the best thing is let's stick to the time frame. Let's take a look at the monthly. Now, the monthly close. Monthly close strong. I saw a lot of people just ignoring the monthly and focusing on the weekly, right? Because the weekly suits their bias, which is that. Okay, now the big question is, does the monthly override it? I believe so. That's a big candle, right? That almost hit all-time high again. The weekly candle ain't great, right? But that could have been a sell the news event. Now look at that one, okay? Look at that. What happened next? Now, what I like to cancel that out is we had a very similar one here. Now, so if I was, well, I say if I was a trader, if I was trading this, I was about to say, if I was, of course, I'm trading this every fucking day, unfortunately. unfortunately, in this range. Well, it's not been too bad actually. I haven't taken that many L's. Um, Now I would be looking at buying that. I mean, just straight like if I didn't own any Bitcoin and I had a couple of $1,000s, I'd just buy that. Just buy the top of that because I believe. I mean, let's clean this up a little bit. Okay, we didn't take out last week's low. Funny enough, bang, last week's high. That was previous. That's probably there now. I'm just going to take a guess and say, oh no, I don't need to guess, it's there. So give me a second and I'll just finish off what I was mentioning. Now if you're going to, September high, am I going to change that colour? Yes, I am. I'm going to change it to pink. Okay, pink text. Okay, so previous weekly high, previous weekly low, last week's high, last week's low. We'll add in the other levels in a moment, but let me just come back to this weekly because that was a strong dip, sweep the low, and immediate strength, bang, then the following candle, yeah, pull back, bounce. It's just met some selling. You expect that here anyway. Now, you expect some selling. It's got to have a pullback, right? Now, let me just check if I still have the parallel lines. I do. Now, how are they doing? Because I've left them on for months. They've been on since we were here, and it just went bounced, rejected, so I've left it. Yeah, I mean, look at that. It's just pulled back. It's broke out, pulled back. Fucking brilliant. That's a, if you could have said, if you could have chosen what happened here, right? No, let's go back. If you could have chosen what you wanted to see happen here, what would you have done? You'd have said, I want to break out. This is exactly what you would have said, right? You would have gone, let's draw this bit here, right? There, okay, so just to give an example of what you would have been looking for. Anyway, sometimes we forget what we, sometimes with hindsight we're like, oh man, I missed it, or oh man, I'm bearish. No, that's the whole point. You got to stick to your bias. Your original plan was probably right, okay? And you change because you get emotional, and you've got to override that emotion and stick to the plan. But sometimes you make so many plans you forget what you initially were thinking about. So what I've just drawn here is this double bottom, okay? Double bottom there. Now what would you have been wanting to see here? You'd have been wanting to see, after that higher low, you'd have been wanting to see what? A breakout and a what? I'll buy the pullback, right? And I'm not specifically talking about you guys, you're legends, but most people would have said that, and most of the Twitter personalities would have said, when it breaks out, I'll buy the pullback. Like they always say, right? Breaks out, there's the pullback. Ah, it's going to 58k. Oh my God, you know what? It could go to 42k. Bob Lucas, oh, it might be a bear market. 35k. No, come on, look, it's just a fucking pullback. You know what I mean, though? Everyone gets a little bit crazy when they see a red candle. They ain't ever going to be able to hold this to 200k. They're finished. It's over for them. It's going to be such a quiet bull market. They're going to stay in meme coins, and we're going to support each other in here emotionally as we climb to 200 and 300. Anyway, so pullback, fantastic. And you've got some big levels in there anyway. I can already see one that Wu will be looking at. I don't think he's in here today, but Wu and maybe Doozy, a bit higher time frame. I mean, look, you've got some fantastic areas to buy, okay? You've got that one on the daily. You expect that to hold. Okay, if that doesn't, if you get swept out, that's a break in structure. Then you can, short that back to there, rebase up. Okay, but if you do get the pullback and you do get the bounce, you're laughing. Okay, stop loss there. I'll tell you which trade I'm taking at the end. I'm just running over ideas briefly to give you an idea of the opportunity available this week. So I mean, you shouldn't panic so much, man. See a lot of panic, a lot of questions, lots of DMs on Twitter and things like that. I'm like, man, you guys are good for sentiment. I'm probably going to start buying soon. I don't reply on Twitter. It's just too much, man. I never reply on Twitter, in fact. Yeah, you just had a buy. Yeah, exactly. But why I like this one, okay, the one I went over, the weekly. Now, you're going to have a bigger stop if you want to take that. But what I would do is I would go... let me tell you why I like it, okay, first. Because what I like is I like when it rips a low, okay? So because of the higher time frame, if it can spike, yeah, I don't consider the spike the market structure break. If it spikes, I think it's over, okay? Which could be election. Sell the news event on today and tomorrow. Okay, spike, Donald Trump wins, off we go to the races. Yeah. Now, what you don't want is a collapse and a candle that closes like that into it, because I mean, for number one, I love the liquidity under there. You've got last week's low. Okay, you've got that retest of September and August high. I mean, just looking at this here, we're not looking at anything else. Not looking at anything else. Look at the way we trade with Wyckoff. Accumulation, breakout, retest, breakout. I mean, showing strength. Pull back. What do you think is going to happen next? Of course. Okay. So this looks fine. Now, that would be the trade I'd take around this level. Now, where would I place my stop? I don't think it's going to come back that low. Okay, out of there. It doesn't need to. To be honest, it would only come back that low. If it came back that low, you'd only want to take a trade. Okay? You're not looking for an all-time high at that point. You're looking for a trade back into resistance and then to sell it back to the range low. Now, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just sharing that because if it does arrive back here, because it can, markets can do whatever they want to do. It's not up to us. It's up to us to adapt to what they do. Now, if it does, that's your trade, okay? But I'm going to look for entry around this level and probably, well, I might not. I might let it bounce and then I might get in here, okay? So for today, I want to see one of two things. Strong move down, maybe, candle close like this, then I might be able to get away with it might front run this gap, okay? Then I'll look to long it straight up to all-time high with Trump winning tomorrow, because Trump is obviously going to win tomorrow. There is no way. It cannot be. It will be the biggest fraud. So in my opinion, I've looked at everything, and I think they're just going to get whitewashed. In fact, they might be trying to make the whitewash not look so bad, but without but still losing the election. I don't think they can. I don't think they're going to get away in the world with. You look at some of the states and things. I think no, he's going to win it tomorrow quite easily. Yeah, he's gonna quite easily win it tomorrow, but they might close the gap to not make it look so bad. Because you got to remember, the people that are on the Democrat side are the banks and they own the world. So Trump obviously going to get he's obviously going to get a memo about what he can and can't do once he gets the job again. but at the minute they look stupid. They look. I mean, the people. It just looks like a revolution, and I think they might close that gap and make it look less damaging for when they come back in power, maybe in 4 years' time. Who knows? But who cares, even, to be honest? It's just pissing me off because the markets are just fucked because of it. I don't see why me, as an Englishman, owning Bitcoin is affected by Kamala Harris. Like, it's a decentralized asset. Well, it used to be. Don't know if it is anymore. Could be centralized with the ETFs, but we'll have to wait and see a few years for that. So, yeah, I'm looking for that today. Okay, that's all I'm looking for today is a sweep and a close, and then I'll consider getting straight in and looking for the long to front run the election winning. Okay. Other than that, nothing on there. And again, this is where you buy it. Okay. Every time you bought it around this level, it done what? Bounced. Every bounce had a pullback. Every bounce had a pullback. Every pullback had a bounce. Every pullback had a bounce. Every pullback. That's what I believe happened. I said it's going to take a couple of months. I still believe that happens. Solana. Now, this is clearly back at SR. Okay. I got stiffed on a trade, and that's okay. It was messy, man, my entry. Well, my entry was alright, but I brought my stop up, saved some money, but it hugged it and then went, see you later, bang. That's life. There's nothing there, just looking at it. I mean, like, there's a little rule I have, which I learned from Assad Tanus, okay? And he says he can't see the trade in a minute. It's not there. Move to another asset. And I've found that to be one of my... Well, I think it takes a while to learn that skill, identifying trades, selecting your trade selection. But yeah, this is back at support. I'm sure show strength, you'll be able to get back in, okay? Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.